Hi team, welcome to Automation for Testers. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about variable scopes in JavaScript. Like we will discuss about hosting, user script, variable versus let versus constant. Okay. So now let's talk about hosting. For example, if you have to declare any variable, generally we do something like this: variable I equal to 5. Okay. So now if I want to print it, as usual, we will be using this method, and then let's say I. Now if I run the program, so this is very basic one, 5 will be printed, which is expected. Now I will do something like this. I will say variable I equal to 5 and then variable I. That means I equal to 5 in the beginning. After that I will write print out the same variable over there, and then in the last I am declaring the value. I am declaring the variable. So now if I run the program, what is the expected output? Okay, still 5. Something's changed, right? So you will not be observing these things in Java or in any other programming languages. Okay, so now does it mean that can we use a variable in JavaScript before it gets declared in the program? With this example, we have to say yes. Let's discuss also. For example, let me comment it out and let me run the program. Still it has no issues, no errors at all. That means I can still use any variable without declaring it also. Like I don't need to say anything variable I don't need to say anything. Simply I can assign a value and I can use it. Can I use it directly even not assigning any value? Now it is saying something called what? I is not defined. So with this, what did you understand? So in JavaScript, what happens is, whenever you do something like this in this format, all the variables are with the keyword var are going to be hosted. That means all the variable declarations will be placed in the beginning. For us, the first 3 lines will be like this. But whenever it is executing the JavaScript, what it will do? It will keep this variable in the beginning and then it runs the program. So that is the reason we are getting the correct output. So now if I do like this, variable I and I equal to 5 and run the program, is it going to give you the output? It is saying undefined. So the point that you need to understand is only the variable declarations are going to be hosted, not their assigned values. The assigned values will remain same wherever they are present only. Okay, so this is called as what? Hosting. Okay, so now what is meant by hosting? If I recap, hosting is nothing but in JavaScript all the variable declarations are placed in the beginning of the program when it is getting executed. Okay, so this is one point, you just understand it. Now second example we'll observe. For example, if I write on any method, like for example this is func1 and it is not taking any output, I mean parameter, and then let's say I am func1. Okay, so now if I call this method, this is very basic example, right? So now if I run the program, this is a common expected. But if I call this method before it is being defined like this, right? Let's see that. Now also there is no issue at all. That means this one is also same concept. In this case, methods are also going to be what? Hosted. That means it will be sent to the beginning of the program. So first all the variables will be hosted, and then later on by what? Methods. Okay, this is 2 points you need to understand. So first the point that we need to understand about hosting is in JavaScript the variables and functions are going to be hosted. That means they are placed in the beginning when they are getting executed. Okay, this is one point you need to understand it. Now there are few things which cannot be hosted automatically. Like for example, if I say variable, okay, let's say vehicle, Okay, I'm creating a class. Okay, forget about what is meant by class and all if you're not sure about these functionalities. Okay, so variable, let's say let me go in this way, that would be even better. Class vehicle. Okay, and if I trying to create an object for this, like variable car equal to new vehicle. Okay, so now if I try to run the program, then you can see it is giving you the error message saying that vehicle is not defined. But if I do like this, let's see what happens. Now you run the program, no error at all. So with this, what did you understand? Object creation in JavaScript for classes are not going to be hosted. That means they should be in the correct order. So whereas for variables and for methods, yes, the hosting will happens. Okay, so once again I'll just repeat the things. Hosting is nothing but a JavaScript automatically places the function bodies as well as the method declarations in the beginning of the program. One point. Second point, only the variable declarations, not the assignment. Variable assignment will remain same as it is. Okay, so that will not have any impact. And yeah, you might be wondering, but if this is the case, there may be some bugs may introduced in your program. In that case, how can I avoid this hosting? Okay, yes, there are some solutions for these things. Okay, so now let me think, can we continue or not? I think, yeah, I can continue. Hosting is done, right? So let's talk about the use script also. Okay, what is meant by use script? So I hope it is clear for you guys what is meant by this. Okay, so now let me take this example. Okay, now let me paste over here. Okay, so here in the beginning I will use one keyword. Okay, like something like this, use strict. Now try to run the program and see what happens. Once again I have to say part2.js. Okay, it is getting printed as it is. Now why did I use this keyword then? Okay, so now there are few things where you cannot stop the hosting. First thing. Second thing, if you are declaring a variable with a var keyword, okay, with this var keyword, you cannot stop what? Hosting. But if you declare the variable like let or constant, and if I run the program, there you can see it is giving you the error message saying that I is not defined. In your program, if you feel that variables declaration should be done before using it, means you have to recommend the people to use either let or constant. We'll see the difference between those variable let as well as var keyword also, but time being just I'm telling you, if you don't want this functionality in this fashion, you have to use the let keyword, one solution. Okay, so now this is one thing. Second thing is here if I run the program, what is the output? I have not defined any variable. I just say I equal to 5. I didn't say whether it is variable, whether it is let keyword. I did not specify anything. If I run the program, it will give you the value 5. But if I want to stop this one, this is not a hosting. Hosting is done. If you need to stop the hosting, you have to tell the users, hey boss, everybody should use the let keyword. This is what JavaScript is also allowing you to use a variable without defining it also. What does this mean? You're not even declaring. Like I did not specify whether it is variable, let or constant keyword. I did not specify anything. But if I have to stop this, I have to use one keyword that is called as what? Use strict. Now if I run the program, same output, you are not going to get it, because you are going to get what? I is not defined. Let me comment it out and let me run the program again. This time no error. You are getting your output perfectly. But now you add the use script. Now try to run the program. This time error. So how it is possible? Because of the use strict. So use strict is something like, we can say keyword, or else something like which makes the programmer to follow some rules for sure. For example, let me show you one more example. I can declare in this example only I will tell you. Okay, one second, Control Z. Okay, for example, I can use variable public equal to 5. I can print out this public also. Okay, so you might be wondering, this is a keyword which is given in the JavaScript, then how would you use this public keyword, right? So let me try to run the program. Now 5 you are getting, right? Is it a keyword or not? Yes, it is a keyword, absolutely. But if I mark it as a use script, and let's say what happens, now you are getting error saying that unexpected strict mode reserved keyword. That means public is a reserved keyword. But how it is possible? If by mistakenly if happens, what happens? So the public is a keyword, but it is not a right away it is implemented. This is a future, this keyword is going to be used in the future. At that time you will receive the error without using the use script only, but time being these are all the reserved keywords, not currently that is being used. This will be used in the future. Okay, so if you are not sure what is mean by this, please take a look at my variables video, then you will understand it clearly. Okay, so let's continue in the second video, guys. Thanks. Okay, so we'll continue in the next video. We'll discuss about more about use script and also what is meant by variable, let and constant. Okay, thanks guys, thanks for joining the session. Have a good day ahead.